Hello, beautiful mumpreneurs. Happy Monday. It's Monday, a brand new week. Oh, how are you? I hope you're all well. Thank you for clicking on this video. Welcome back to my channel. This video is, I was toying about this. I was wondering about it over the weekend actually. Like, is it actually worth making? We'll see. I don't know. Because I wanted to break down all the different modules of the course. So when a person enrolls in the Mumpreneur Web Design Academy, because they want to learn to build a website, what are they going to learn? Because if you've never built a website before, and then here I am saying you're going to learn all the things, I'm going to teach you everything. What are those things though? If you've never built a website, you don't know what those things are, because you don't know what I'm talking about. These are new words and terms and phrases that you've not heard of before. So I decided to create I don't know, like a set of videos. There's a better word that I could use, but a set of videos to explain what's involved. What are you going to learn? What are the different things in all the different modules? And so I was toying about module 6, whether or not I should make a video, because my last one was module 5. But the thing is, with module 6, we're building the website, and it's very difficult to condense that into a video. So I'm going to try. I've got notes because I've covered a lot of things in module 6. I'm not going to tell you about module 7, so this will be my last video. Module 6 is actually in 6 different parts because there's a lot to it, and in each different part we're going to cover lots of different things. So what we've done essentially in modules 1 through 5 is we've been building a really strong foundation so that our website is just strong, and which is great. But now that we've got a strong foundation, now we can actually start creating a beautiful looking website. So what we're doing in module 6 is we're going to actually build the website. Now, sort of, anyway, definitely in the first 4 parts of module 6, we are going to be making sure that our settings are correct throughout, and we're going to be covering different areas of the customizer. If you don't know what that is an area where you can set your baseline, if you will. So if you wanted to upload your logo, if you wanted to set your font for the entire website, for different parts of your website, if you had certain color scheme that you wanted to incorporate in your website, if you had certain units that you wanted to incorporate, you would do that all in the customizer. So that's not the back end of dashboard, of the WordPress dashboard, sorry. You get to the customizer through the back end of the dashboard. And then you'd go and you'd set those appropriately as you want. So this module 6, is covering parts from 1 through 4 is covering different areas of the customizer and making sure that everything's in place. Now that we've got a strong foundation and everything should be fine, we can start adding stuff now. We can start creating a beautiful website, which is cool. So this is the best bit. This is the fun bit, because especially for you creatives out there who love to play with different designs and looks and feels, this is the fun bit now. So you've done the hard work of laying that strong foundation, but now you get to create something really cool. So what do we start doing? We start talking about sizing units and what we should avoid when it comes to sizing units. There are different units within WordPress that you could use to size for certain things. So if you wanted like text to be a certain size, okay, cool. Then you would set that, but would you necessarily set that in pixels or EMs or REMs? What would it be? And so we cover that. And then when it comes to images as well, like the same kind of thing, because what we're trying to do is we are trying to build not just a beautiful looking website on your laptop or your desktop, wherever you're building it, but it needs to look beautiful across every device that looks on it, right? So we want to make sure it's responsive, and so it's important that we choose the right sizing unit for the appropriate section that we're working on, and so we cover that thoroughly so that when you look at your website at the finished result and you check it across different devices, which I do recommend you do throughout your build, it's all going to look nice. It's all going to like fit nicely. It's all going to resize automatically and look beautiful. And you're not going to have big chunks of text in like really, really massive font and a stretched out picture that isn't responsive at all and you can't even see what it is and it's all pixelated. You don't want that. So we cover stuff like that, which is important. We also go over a color scheme scenario as well, because if you have a particular colour scheme that you have in mind. Like perhaps you've created a logo already for your business, you've come up with an idea, or you like these colours already, they're your favourite colours, or you think they would work well with your brand, or just generally, then this is where, like, if you're not sure about the colours that you could use to accent it, you can use this really cool site that I've got. So it's not my site, it's a different one, but you can use it and it will help you add to what you've already got. And if you've got no idea about what colour scheme you could go with, then you can use this to create an entire palette of colours which would work really well throughout the entire site. So we cover stuff like that, and then we're going to go through the customizer and the main areas of the customizer that you're going to need to use. So if you've ever looked at the customizer and then you've gone through it, so I want to say when you're in the WordPress dashboard, you go to settings, top of my head, and then you've got customize. It will pop out, a little menu will pop out on the right, and a few down, it will show customize. If you click on that, it opens a whole different window. So when you're in the back end of WordPress, it's a black background, it's a black theme, if you will. When you open customizer, it's all white and everything's different, and the layout is different, and that's where you can set your header, your menus. It is where you can set your footer as well, and you can just generally set things up for the site. So it's a really cool place to work, and it's important that you do stuff, but you don't need to know all the areas of the customizer. You absolutely can, but it wouldn't necessarily benefit you to know everything about all the sections. The main areas that you would probably use are the ones that we cover. I cover all of them anyway. I'm not saying I skip over them because you don't need to know. We do cover them all, but you don't need to know everything about all of them because it will just be too much. You'll have information overload. You'll get overwhelmed, and it's not necessary to get you to where you want to be with a beautiful website. At the end of it, I'm covering the main areas that you need to know. Beyond that, you wouldn't really need to know. Not really, but we do cover. I make sure I do cover it. And then in the second part of Module 6, what are we talking about? Let me read it. Are we talking about the features of cadence blocks and all the different fun things you can do with cadence blocks? So cadence is the theme that we're going to be building the website on, if you're not sure. I want to say I covered it earlier in a different video. But with cadence as a theme, as with every theme, not every theme, some themes, you can get specific extras that go with it to emphasize and enhance your website. So with cadence, you get something called cadence blocks, and you get some extra cool features with it, and it helps you to customize your page really well, to make it the way you want it. So you might, for example, with cadence blocks, for example, you could say, okay, I want this to be on my homepage. I like this cool little template here, that looks really cool. I don't like this bit or that bit. That's fine, you can cut that bit out, right? You can delete that, that's all right. But then maybe you find something else within cadence blocks, you're like, oh, actually I really like that, I would like to use that, and I want to put that on my homepage, but how do I do that? So I'll show you how to do that. Because again, you want it to be your own, you want it to be customized the way you want it to be customized. So we cover cadence blocks as thoroughly as possible without being too much, because I know that information gathering mode is a bad place to be, and I know that there's a lot that you could get lost in. Do you know what I mean? You could get lost in the source, and I don't want to do that. I'm not trying to confuse you guys. I am trying to just give you pretty much what you'd need to know. There's extras in there, and if you do have questions about extra things that you've gone and looked at and you're not sure, you can just message me and I'll let you know. I'll make a video for it if you want, but it's not one of those courses where I'm gonna show you everything, every single ins and outs that you could possibly need that you probably don't need, because all that is noise, and then noise is going to confuse you, noise is going to stop you from moving forward, it's not going to help you, you're not going to get anywhere far. So I've tried to keep it concise in what I think you'd need, but of course if you have questions about other parts of it that I haven't gone into as much, then you can let me know. It's fine, I'll make you a video. The next part, resizing images for mobile responsiveness. Yes, we're going to cover that because it's important. So you might have like your hero image, for example, on your homepage, right? So your hero image is, if you don't know, when people first land on your website, usually people would have a hero image, which is the big image right at the top on the homepage, okay? And it's designed for desktop, it's designed for laptops, phone, whatever. But using the same image, unless it's just a patterned background, I think it wouldn't really, even then it wouldn't really work. But using like the same image size as your hero image and thinking that's going to work on a mobile phone, no, it won't work. No, it won't work. So we need to make sure we resize that appropriately. So we cover things like that to make sure that every part of your website is mobile responsive. Okay, so regardless of the device that people are using, it's going to resize automatically. It's going to shrink to fit, or it's going to stretch, but it's not going to be stretched out and pixely or anything like that. It's just going to automatically be the perfect size for that viewing port. So yeah, we make sure we cover that because that's important. And then the last part of that build of like module 6 is me just explaining what the next 2 videos are going to be about, because the next 2 videos are me actually building the website and you following along, and me having a sing-song, and because I like to do that, and it's a follow along. This is the follow along part. Okay, so the 2 last modules, part 1 and part 2 of the build, essentially in module 6, the last 2 videos of module 6 is me creating the video and explaining to you kind of what I'm doing, and you can follow along at this point. So again, you might get to this point in the training and you might be a bit confused, because what I've done is I've covered everything that I'm going to be doing in the last 2 videos of module 6. I've covered that stuff that I'm going to be doing in the first 4 videos. And so then when you watch those 2 videos, if it gets a bit muddled or you get muddled, that's when you might want to ask questions and stuff, so that's fine. But it is essentially me going through and you follow along and you can see what I'm trying to do. But obviously if you've got questions, you can just ask questions, that's fine. One thing I think I've managed to secure something really cool, and I'm so excited about it. I mentioned, I don't know how many videos ago, a few videos, that I reckon, I have a bet with myself, that I reckon that this course is so simple and so easy that I could teach my 8-year-old child to build a website with my course. And I presented this opportunity to him last night, and I said, you know what we could do? We could build a website together. Not really together, sort of together. You can ask me questions and stuff, but you could follow along my course and I could show you and teach you how to build a website. And he's like, I'm not really interested in a website. I don't really know what a website is. And I said, okay. And I explained. And I said, you know what we could do? Because he really likes Minecraft. I said, you know, you could build a Minecraft website, you know. Oh my God, you could build a Minecraft website that you could show to everybody. You could show it to Nanny and Granddad and Daddy as well. And you've got your own website and you could keep it forever. Wouldn't that be awesome? And he's like, yeah, I could. Because that boy is so knowledgeable when it comes to Minecraft. He knows so many things. And I'm like, Jack, we could actually do that. We could create a website, and it's your website that you've created, your very first website, and you followed along. Because I think, and I'm not just trying to be, this isn't like me using it as a sales tactic or anything like that, but I genuinely think that this is a really straightforward course, that a child could follow it. He doesn't really understand web design at all. He doesn't understand any of that stuff, really. Not really. Like, the closest thing he's got to like anything like that, any kind of programming or any, is like entering a very small prompt in Minecraft, entering a very small command. That's as far as he's got. So he's not really like in the world of web design. He's not at all in the world of web design or WordPress. And he's willing, and I'm really excited about this. I'm really excited. If I can get him to build a website by following my course, then I can prove to you it doesn't matter what age you are, because he has no knowledge of it. He doesn't understand WordPress. He hasn't got a clue. He doesn't know what he doesn't know what a plugin is. My bad, I should have told him, but he wasn't interested. But this is what I want to do. I'm going to try my best. Now, with all the best intentions in the world, I can't make him do it. I cannot force him to sit here and build a website for me, just to prove a point. Nor will I. I'm not going to force him to do it, just to prove a point. My ego is tiny. It really is. I don't care. If he doesn't want to do it, he doesn't want to do it. I'm not going to make him do it. But if he does want to do it and he gets excited about it, he's like, then I'm gonna let you all know, like, look, I promise you, this is how easy. And then you could easily say, well, no, you built it for him, though, Kate. No, I'm going to show you that he built it. But yeah, honestly, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think this is a really straightforward course, to the point that he could do this. He's 8. He's not a stupid child at all. He's actually really intelligent. He's really, really intelligent. But he has no knowledge of WordPress. He has no knowledge of building a website. He hasn't got a clue about building a website. So it'd be quite cool, wouldn't it, to see how he gets on if he does it. Because, you know, he said last night, yes, I'd be well up for that. That's really cool. That's really cool. But today's a brand new day. Has he changed his mind? He might have. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But so far so good. I might be able to get into it. So yeah, fingers crossed. Keep an eye out for that video. That won't be for a while though, because I'm knowing him, he'll take a long time, because he'll stretch it out, especially if it gets a bit tricky or something. As we all do, you know, we like to avoid the hard things, don't we, in life? And I understand that. But yeah, let's see how he gets on. If he does it at all, like I say, he's up for it. Doesn't mean he's going to do it and follow through. And I'm not going to push him. I'm not that sort of a parent. I don't parent my child that way to make him do stuff. I don't force him. It's only if he wants to. So let's see. That'd be cool. And then he's got his own website. It's I'll be so proud. Oh, what a proud moment that would be for me. That would be amazing. As a mum, oh my gosh. Oh my days. That'd be cool. So yeah, I'm going to stop rabbiting on now, but I want to say that's pretty much it, guys, when it comes to what you guys are going to learn in the Mumpreneur Web Design Academy. So we've covered modules 1 through 6. I'm not going to tell you about module 7, because you don't need to know. Okay, module 7's a surprise. Module 7's a little gift. Module 7 is this nifty little thing that I came across, and I was like, oh, I love that. And it's a nice little thing that you can use when you've got your website finished, and it's just super handy. It's super duper handy. And so I'm not going to tell you about it, because it's a surprise. It's a gift from me to you. So I'm not going to cover that. There's no point. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That is everything pretty much that you would learn about when it comes to building a WordPress website. Now, I know that throughout these videos I've been making about each module and what's entailed, you still might be watching and you still might be like, what words is she saying? What is she on about? What is she talking about? I don't understand. Not because you're not intelligent, but because I'm using terms from WordPress. Okay, some of the things in WordPress don't make much sense. Like if I were to say to you a CSS snippet, you'd be like, okay, that's an interesting sound you've just made there, Kate. What? I don't know what that is, but okay. And if you don't know, you don't know. And so I know there's going to be a lot of people who would watch this and think, okay, well, you know, that's all well and good, Kate, but I still don't really get it. But I do want to learn how to build a website. I do want a website. I would say to you, then have a look in the course, or like enroll in the course, to be honest, is what I would say. Because even if you don't understand what I'm trying to explain, you will eventually, and it will come to you. Like, you know, when something you don't know, you don't really understand something for ages, and then you go over it, you keep doing it, and then one day it just clicks, and you're like, is that it? It's like the time I went to visit my family in Trinidad, in the Caribbean. I'm half Caribbean. My dad was from Grenada, and we've got family all over the Caribbean. And I went out there with him years ago now. I don't know how many years, like 20 years ago. 20 years ago, we went to see some of our family in Trinidad, and it was wicked. We were immediately kidnapped by our cousins, who discovered that British relatives had come to visit. But you know, that was fine. It was a fun kidnapping. They were fun. We had lots of giggles. I'll tell you what though, I'll tell you what was really hard was their accent. Now my dad had, you know, been around me my whole life, and I was used to his accent. He still had a very strong Caribbean accent, and but it had faded over the years, as is tradition. But my relatives in the Caribbean, no. Why would this be the case for them? No. So I'm not kidding you when I tell you, for 2 weeks that they kidnapped me and my dad, I didn't understand a word they were saying. I didn't understand a freaking word they were talking to me about. I was just smiling and nodding like I don't know what you're saying. They understood me perfectly well. They could clearly hear what I'm saying. I couldn't hear anything that they were saying. And I tell you, right, imagine being in the Caribbean for 2 weeks, you can't understand a word anybody is speaking to you, apart from the one person you travelled with. Oh my god, it was so hard. It was so awkward. But you know what happened? The funniest thing happened. The evening before we were meant to fly out and come back to the UK, it clicked. I was like, oh, I can hear you all. Oh my god, I can understand what you're saying. It was the funniest thing. They were like, really? I was like, dude, this whole time I didn't know what any of you were talking about. I couldn't make out your words. Your accent's too strong. For 2 weeks I was just deaf, dumb and blind. I couldn't hear anything. And then one day just before we left, it clicked. And that's the thing with WordPress or anything new that you're learning. Eventually it will click. And so I say all of this to say, if you've struggled through understanding the terminology that I've used, and you're still a bit like, oh, I don't know, it seems a bit tricky and a bit complicated, it isn't. I promise you, it isn't. But these are the terms that are in WordPress, so I have to use them. So, but once you understand them, once you've done it a few times, once you've gone over it a few times, it's not really hard. You'd be like, oh yeah, I know what that is. Yeah, I know about that widget. I know it's over there. Yes, I did add an HTML snippet to that thing. Yep, I remember that one. And yep, I did install that plugin. Yep, it's currently disabled though. But you'll understand all of it. You'll get it because it's a repetition. It's a memory muscle thing, isn't it? So if you're on the fence and you're like, I really do want a website, and I would actually always wanted to learn how to build one, do it, please, for your own sanity, because you know a life with no regrets is that perfect one, isn't it? I don't want to. I've got loads of things I still want to learn about, and I intend to learn all of them as much as I can. And I'll be gutted if I pop off and I haven't had the chance to learn them all, because it's just really cool stuff I could learn out in the world. So if that's you and you're like, oh, I'd love to do that, I would, then do it. Don't hold back. This isn't the time to be holding back in life. It's just not. I would recommend take action, take control of your life if that's what you want. If you don't want to build a website, then that's fine. You just watch the video if you want, or not. It's fine. I don't mind. But you know, if you're here because you want to learn how to build a website, then do it. What's stopping you? There's really nothing stopping you. Just do it. But don't sit back, because you know we all do that, don't we? So many times we sit back and we're like, oh, well, maybe I'll do it tomorrow. I'll think about it. I'll come back to it. And then what happens? Really though, what happens? Do you remember to come back to it? No. Do you remember to even look at it? No. Weeks and months can go by. Do you remember to look at it? And then something reminds you, like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. So, seize the moment. I know that sounds super cheesy. I'm not really a cheesy sounding person, I'll tell you, but sometimes you do have to seize the moment. If you are wanting to build a website, there really isn't a better time than now to do it. It really isn't. It's a really great life skill to learn. I'm so happy that I taught myself how to build websites, and I'm so proud of myself for doing it, because it was the one thing that I swore to God I would never do. I was never going to be able to build a website. No, it was too complicated, especially on WordPress. What? The #1 platform for websites. You're having a laugh? No, that's not me. That's not. Kate can't do that. I had massive self-doubt that I couldn't do it, I promise you. God, it sounds like my house is being bombed right now. What is that noise? It was so difficult. It was so difficult. I had all these imposter syndrome feelings coming in, Like, no, you won't be able to work it out. You're not good enough. You're not clever enough to work this out. You're never going to figure it out. You're never going to build a website, because that's what it does, isn't it? That's its only job. And I tell you, I'm glad I didn't listen. I'm really glad I didn't listen, because look how far I've come for ignoring that all these years later. Never would I have ever imagined I'd be sitting here on a YouTube channel talking to you fine people about a web design course that I created, that I knew how to build, that I worked out how, because I worked out how to do web design. No, didn't see it coming. Honestly, couldn't call it. I couldn't have called it in a million years. So, you know, never say never, because you don't know. One day, you don't want to look back and think, do you know what? Actually, it would have been good. It would have been good to do that. I might do that. Yeah. I might. Yeah. I should have done it. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. I've learned that. It's like, if I really want to do something, just do it. I'm not going to hold myself back. And then you could be shouting at me right now, being like, yeah, but Kate, I don't have the money. I'm like, okay, I feel you. And though it isn't a huge amount of money at all to enrol in the course, it's still money regardless. And I get that, I do. Except if your phone broke tomorrow and you were like without a phone and you had to come up with the money to get another phone, you'd find a way, wouldn't you? Yep, you would. Because if you really wanted it, there wouldn't be a question about it. You know, when a person really wants something, no matter what it is, no matter how hard it is, no matter how expensive it is, if a person really, really wants something, they will do anything and everything in their power to do that thing, to get that thing, to have that thing, whatever it is. If they really want something. If people who don't want the thing will make excuses, the people who do want the thing will find a way. So if you're one of those people that really you do want this, find a way. I know you can. And if you've got questions, you can drop me a message. You can email me. I'm here. You can talk to me. Yeah, but don't do the whole fence sitting thing. Like, if you're here because you want to learn about web design, you want to build a website, you want to whatever, then cool. Come over to the party then. What are you waiting for? Like, come over, literally, and just enroll in the course, because I'm going to show you everything that's in the course. But then, like I said, and I will continue to say, you will probably want your website to be different in some capacity. You're going to want to have tweaks. You're going to want to have this feature on your site without that one over there, but you don't know how to do that. You want to customize it to your needs, right, and your wants, and what you think your audience will like. So that's cool. I want you to do that. I want you to not just be this isn't a cookie cutter sort of job where it's just all going to be the same. I want all of the websites that come out of this course to be different, unique, beautiful, outstanding. I want to sit marveled at all of them, looking like, oh my god, you guys have done the best. They're so gorgeous. That's what I want. I don't want you guys to do the same, unless you really want to do the same. You can. There's nothing wrong with doing the same. But you know, this is where it's like fun. If you've got a really good imagination, you're really creative, this is where you could have a lot of fun, because you make it so gorgeous. But if you're not in that place, if you're not very creative, I feel like that sometimes, then you don't have to. You can just cookie cut it. It's okay. It doesn't matter. But if you don't ever do anything about it, and if you just sit and just be like, all right, I'll just click off then, and then you never cut, and then how many years goes by from then? How many years from now is going to go by, and then you're going to be like, yeah, maybe I'll look at it. Like, either you want it or you don't. You must choose that. You cannot be on the fence. You cannot be fence sitting. And honestly, what's that noise? You cannot be fence sitting and not making a choice. You must make a choice. You either want something or you don't. You're either going to go for something or you won't. You either want your business to be a success or you don't want it to. You either build a website yourself or you pay thousands and thousands and thousands of pounds to get someone to do it for you. Now, I don't know about you, but when I first started my business, I needed costs to be pretty low. I couldn't afford to put hundreds of thousands of pounds into all these different areas. Now, if you're that person that's got a budget like that, crack on. Hire someone to build a website. It's probably the best thing. Easier, because it's easier, isn't it? It is easier. But then, again, if you've got all the money in the world, it won't matter, because if something goes wrong, it's fine. You can just pay them. But if you're like everybody else who doesn't have a money tree growing in their garden, you're going to need to understand every aspect of your business. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, if you do not understand every element of your business, pretty much, and then something goes wrong with that, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? I don't even know what you're going to do. You have to learn it. Unfortunately, if you want to be an entrepreneur, you have to learn all the things that you don't want to, the difficult things, the uncomfortable things. You have to go through that. Unless you've got someone around you. If you've got people around you that can do your accounting, great. But then wouldn't it be better for you to learn and understand the ins and outs of your finances when it comes to your business? I think so. I think you should do your own accounting. I think you should do your own bookkeeping. And if you can do your own accounting, you should. And if it gets really tricky, okay, well then you probably should look at a professional, but you should learn. Like when it comes to your own logo design, your own creation, setting up, your social media, things like that. These shouldn't be outsourced. Setting up a website, I honestly, I don't think you should outsource it. I really don't. If something goes wrong, if you don't like it, it's just going to cost you money, isn't it? It's just going to cost you more money to rehire that same person or someone else to come along and change it for you, which could take them weeks, depending on how busy they are, depending on what backlog of work they've got. And then you might not like it again. Then you go around in circles. Whereas, if you just learn how to build it yourself, you have full control. And isn't that pretty much what all entrepreneurs strive for, is complete control? At home, in business, they want to be in control, for the most part. They want to be in control of their future. They want to be in control of their schedule. They want to be in control of their money. They want to be in control of their working hours. You have to understand all of the elements of your business separately. You do. You can't just, well, I just get someone to do that, someone to do that, someone to do that, and then you're dependent on people. And that is the worst. I truly believe that is the worst position to be in, is to be dependent on people. In business, in life, because people will let you down. They will always let you down, because people are people. They can't help it. They've got their own agendas, they've got their own things, their own priorities. You're not their priority. Even if you're paying them, you're still not the priority. You have to be in control, and you have to be dependent on yourself. And if you're relying on other people, well, how's that going to get you far? What happens when that person goes? I'll tell you, even if let's say you enrolled in this course, right, and then by some freak accident I get hit by a car tomorrow, or a bus, and I get killed, you can still build the website without me here. You can. Like, you're not going to be like, oh, what do I do? Because I will cover it. It's all in there. Like, yeah, this isn't a dependency situation. I'm not trying to make you dependent on me, because I don't want you to be dependent on anybody else. I'm telling you now, you cannot rely on people, even the people you think you can rely on. You think you can rely on them the most. You think they'll be there for you when you want them to be there, but they won't. They won't. It's a hard lesson to learn in life, but you mustn't depend on people. So if it comes to you having a website for your business, and you're just thinking, oh, I'll get someone to do it for me, I don't know that that's a wise choice. Unless you've got, like I say, you got all the money in the world, and you can throw all the money at it, and you got a team of people to do it, fine, you crack on. But I'm not really talking to people like that. I'm talking to everyday regular folk. You don't have a team of people and a money tree, because how are you going to ever learn and understand what it is to truly have a business if you don't understand every element of your business? Everything. if you understand 90% of what your business is, but there's 10% that you have no idea about because you've outsourced it, and you can't reach those people because you hired somebody from another country because they were cheap and affordable, and now they're not around anymore, and you cannot reach them, and you're in a pickle about something. Oof, I don't want to be you in your shoes. Wait. No. So I would always recommend, don't depend on people. Not really. You can't rely on them. They'll be there as long as they want to be there. They'll be there as long as they can be bothered. As long as there's not something more pressing in their world. I would I would vote be more dependent on yourself. At the end of the day, who's going to be able to, get this thing off the ground and make money from it? Who's the one that's going to push it out into the world? Who's the face of this business? Is it your guy over in another country who you've outsourced some work to? It's you. Just depend on you. Depend on you and nobody else, because you don't know in a few weeks, a few months, a few years, are those people going to still be about? And that's not even out of choice. They might have a horrific accident or something. You don't know. That's the thing with life. Unless you've got a really big crystal ball that you can read, you can see your future in, you don't know. So in life in general, here's my advice to you. Forget this course. Forget about this course. We're not talking about this course right now. We're talking about life. Depend on yourself. Depend on yourself all the time for everything. Depending on somebody else, I don't know that I could ever depend on somebody else, to be honest with you. Really couldn't. Even a partner, even if I got married one day, I don't think I could ever do that, because one day they'll die, so they can't really be depended on, can they? Can't really depend on them, because they're not always going to be there. We might get divorced, you don't know. Anything could go wrong. I don't depend on anybody for anything in life. Just myself. I'm my only competition. As long as I can be better today than I was yesterday, then that's a win. And well done you. You've done well. Beyond that, I'm not interested in dependency on other people, because people will let you down. So, go and hire someone if you want to build a website. You can. It's the easy way out. Not gonna lie, when I was building my website, I was like, bruh, if I had the money, I'd rather just send this to someone than get them to do it. I would, but I'm really glad I didn't. Lord have mercy, if I'd have just given that away to somebody, I would never have learnt half the stuff. I would have learnt anything that I've learnt today. I wouldn't be the geek that I am if I'd have just given it away to someone. I wouldn't, and that wouldn't have led me down all the roads that it's led me down. Do you know what I mean? There's so many benefits to learning any new skill, and being dependent on yourself and being independent is awesome. Having someone by your side, alright, great, lovely, that's good, but dependency on another person, no. I personally, I just don't do that, and I don't know, some people do. Maybe you're not feeling confident about going on it on your own or whatever, but you should be confident about this. Building a website is just a website. It's really not hard, and I can say that. If you had to build a website like I had to build a website all those years ago, I'd say give up, just walk away. I'd say it's not even worth it. It's not worth the trouble. It's not worth the pain. Go and have a lay down and just forget about it, or just find someone to do it for you. That's what I would have said, because it was a headache back then. It was painful just to install WordPress. Oh my days! Pointing my DNS servers to the right. No. Oh my goodness, no! It was headaches after headaches. And if web design were like that, I wouldn't even bother with this course. If it were that confusing and that complicated, I wouldn't bother with it. But it isn't that anymore. It used to be painful, and even before then it was more painful, and even before then it was more painful. Okay, imagine when the internet first came out. all those thousands of years ago. Imagine what it would have been like building a website in the early stages of the internet being formed. That would have been really hard, wouldn't it? Imagine. It's so different now. It's so much easier now. And I will continue to press that upon you, that I think a lot of people do look at WordPress thinking it's a scary place. It's really confusing. It's hard work. It's all the thing. No, lies. All the lies in the world. It's not hard. It's not hard. This is from somebody who, honest to God, I couldn't look at WordPress. It was so confusing. I couldn't look at code. It was terrifying. And you might be thinking, are you just saying that? I am not just saying that, girl. God, boy, I am not just saying that. You know, like I couldn't do it. I could not do it. I wish I had a video of me looking at code and freaking out from back in the day. I didn't think to record one. I didn't think I'd need it because I didn't think I'd be here all those years later. But it is what it is. And coming from me, I promise you, it's not hard. Once you understand it, once someone shows you, you just have to be shown. And so yeah, that is pretty much everything that you will learn in the Mumpreneur Web Design Academy course. I've covered all the modules, so I'm not going to make another video about what you're going to be learning about. We'll talk more about WordPress for sure, because it's nice to talk WordPress. There's always new, fun, cool, geeky things to talk about in WordPress. Very cool things. As it's ever evolving and ever changing, it's always nice to keep up with the Joneses, if you will, and talk about new. So, yeah, this video is really the last one in the series. That's the word I wanted from earlier. About what you're going to cover, what you're going to learn. So I hope that you understand all the very small elements, the little areas, many different little areas that we're going to cover when it comes to building a website. And I know it seems a lot, and I know there's like 7 modules, and you're like, that's a lot. And she's talking about a lot of words, and it's a lot. No, it's not. I really mean it. It's not a lot. It really isn't. You could do all of this in a weekend, I swear to God. I swear to God. I mean, you'd need a lot of coffee. It's a 22-hour long course. So, yeah. 11, 10-hour day. You could do it with no breaks. If you really wanted. It's not a lot of stuff, you know, but it's good stuff. There isn't. It seems like a lot though. I know it seems like a lot. I know it seems like there's a lot of things in here that are just too overwhelming, and meta description, copy, and SEO, image alt text. Oh, I know. It seems like a lot, but honestly, we're doing it in bite-sized chunks, and I'm explaining it thoroughly, and I'm showing you, and I'm walking you through it, and we're going through it together. So don't worry about the volume. Don't worry about how long it's going to take you. Don't worry about what you're going to learn and how things are going to grow and don't worry about that. You know how they always say, another cheesy comment, here we go. What do they always say? It's not about the end of the race, it's about the journey or something. Something about the journey. It's about the journey. And it is, because you will learn a lot, and it will be fun. It's not about getting to the finish line. There we go. Yeah, you will learn a lot. You will learn a lot, and we are going to cover a lot. But my days, are you going to walk away being like a little bit of a geek at the end? Being like, yeah, I understand SEO. Yes, I know what meta description is. Yes, I know image alt text. Yes, I do understand the dashboard in WordPress, and yes, I am very, very familiar with the customizer. Yes, I've added many HTML snippets to my website. What's your point? Like, you're gonna be so sassy about it, because you're gonna be so proud, and I'm gonna be so happy for you, Because you're just going to be flexing everywhere, like, look at my new website. I made that. Yes, rapes. I made that. I made that. It's, honestly, I can see it. I can see it now. You all lot just being like, yeah, man, check out my site. Because that it is what it will be. It really is. It's going to be a scenario where you're just going to be really happy. You're going to be really thrilled. You're going to be showing it to everybody. You're going to be WhatsApping the link everywhere. You're going to be posting about it online to friends and family and whatever. You're going to be making business cards with your website printed up on it. You're going to be like putting it out as many places as possible. You're trying to get it in directories, get it listed in some. Like, you're going to be doing the most once you've got your website. You are. You're going to be like, you don't think it right now. I didn't think it. And then I was like, bruh, you've got to put it everywhere now. You've got to do all the things. You've got to put. I've got to get letter-headed paper, and I've got to add it to my letter-headed paper. I don't even use letter-headed paper. I spent 50 quid on letter-headed paper that I don't even use. But it's got my website on it. I did the same with business cards, but it's got my website on it. And these are the things. You will do all the things. Honestly, you'll be so proud. You'll be so happy, and I'll be so happy for you as well. And I'll be so proud of you. So yeah, if you're in a place and you're just like, man, she's speaking truth. I know she is. She clearly wants the best for me. She's got clearly good intentions. But I don't know. Well, okay, just buy the course. Is all I'll say, and find out. Prove me wrong. There you go. That's your challenge. I will challenge my 8-year-old child to build a website. Your challenge is to prove me wrong. That it isn't easy. Prove to me it's hard. Because it's not. It's easy. It's doable and it's easy. It's so easy, my child will do this website. Yeah. Don't be on the fence about it, and don't be like nervous and worried. Don't be worried about it. It really will be fun. I hope you've seen enough of these videos. Hopefully you've watched. If you've maybe this is the first time you've come across my channel. If this is your first time, hello. But if you've seen a few of my other videos, you've hopefully seen by now that I'm very nice, very friendly, I like to joke, I like to play silly sausages, I like to do all the things, and that is me. That isn't a front. Ask anybody if you can find them. I can barely find them, but if you can find them, you go and ask them. Is Kate really like this? Yes, Kate's really like this. She says all sorts of random thingamadoodahs. She can't help it. That's just her. That's how she is. She talks about herself in the third person from occasion because it's funny. Like I like to joke. I like to play around. And there's no reason why WordPress has to be so serious at all. There's something serious about it. I see all these people who build websites and I'm like, wow, like they're proper geeks, and I'm like, well, I'm so impressed with their knowledge. They've got so much going on, like knowledge wise. They've been doing it for way longer than I have. But I'm like, wow, you're so serious and boring though. Like, bruh, you are boring. I have to get away from you. Like your geekiness is impressive. You are like blowing me away with your level of geek right now. Very cool. Very cool. I love a geek. I want to be just like you, geek-wise. But boy, you boring. I gotta get away. I will. I'll be like, I cannot be around that person. They are soul-destroyingly boring. And that isn't me. And I don't want this course to be that. It's not a boring course. It's not a serious thing. I know your business is very serious, that you want a business website, but it doesn't mean that building it has to be a boring, serious, tedious, painful, like no, it's a fun thing. I'm trying to make it fun, okay? I'm trying to make it fun because it is fun. I'm trying to prove to you lot, because people around me think that WordPress is so hard and difficult and boring, and I'm like, have you even touched WordPress before? Because this is not that. This is fun. This is like WordPress is cool, but they're like, and it's just because they don't understand, and that's fine. I didn't either, but you will. When you buy the course, when you enroll, you'll be like, I know all of the things, and you will be flexing. And if you don't know what that is, that's showing off. It's another term for showing off. Bragging about your website to everybody. You will. Yes, you will. Don't look at me like that. You will. I know what you will. I know you will, because I was the same. I was like, I'm not going to say anything. And then I went and I was like, look everyone. Anyone that was willing to look at my website would be like, look at my website. Isn't it beautiful? I made that website. I did that. They're like, no, you didn't. I said, yes, I flipping did. Isn't it beautiful? They're like, what? You made... Yeah, yes, girl. It was funny. It was funny because they were like, they really thought I paid someone to do it. That was my biggest compliment when it came to my website, is that they thought a professional did it. And that was the first time I built it. And was it dumb luck? No. It's just, you know, I figured it out. I stumbled. Well, actually, it probably is dumb luck. It probably is dumb luck, because I really did stumble through it. Like, you remember those comedy sketches in like the 1920s, which is black and white, no sound, and like Laurel and Hardy type jobs? They were classics, weren't they? They really were. And you're just falling over like one thing after another thing, after another thing, after another thing, after another thing, walking into something else, falling over something else, falling over. Like, that was me building a website on my own. So I really did stumble through. So I probably would call it dumb luck that I managed to pull that off, because I didn't know what I was doing. But it came across like a professional site and it looked amazing. And I kind of wish I got it still and that I kept it, but I've updated it since that build. Although it might be on the Wayback Machine. It might be there. I might have registered. I think I registered it once upon a time. But so yeah, you might be able to see it there. But guys, if you're interested, like seriously interested in learning to build a website for any reason, because there's things to remember. You don't have to be a parent. I'm coming at this from a mum's perspective, as a single mum, from this perspective. So I've named it the Mumpreneur Web Design Academy. But you could be a male, you could be a teenager, you could be a grandparent. It no matter. If you want to build a website, you can enroll. Okay, it's not exclusive for mums only. Oh, and then I like my police, like I police my course and its students, and I realised, oh no, this person doesn't have a child, they must be removed. No, everyone's welcome. Everyone is welcome in my home. Okay, everyone. But just enroll, because you'll learn so many cool things, and I promise we will have all the giggles. Here is my phone. I keep this on me. This is on my person. Too much. Too many times of the day. But that's how you get hold of me. I will always be there to respond if you've got questions. If you've got questions. You might not have questions. Some people will go through this course and they won't have any questions, and it will make perfect sense because they and I think alike, and to what I'm saying to them, they're like, oh, okay, I get it. But there are some people, because I don't have the perfect teaching, what's the word? The perfect teaching style that works for everybody, because everybody's different. So there will be people who might have questions, and that's okay. So if you're that person, because my teaching style doesn't align with your learning style, that's cool. And you just message me, okay? We've got a private, what have we got? We've got a private WhatsApp group, we've got a private Facebook group, there's a private community, and there's 2 live Q&A calls every single week, and you can email me if you want. You can send me videos of the pickle you're having, if you're having a problem with your website or whatever, even if it's right at the beginning. Even if you enroll the course and then you're having a trouble when it comes to hosting, for example, you don't know, like, this hosting provider's offering me all these things and they've got all these extra things ticked and it's going to cost me another £150 for the year. Should I do it? But you want to send me a video of it, and then I can respond, no, you don't need all of that, any of that. It's all a load of crap. Get rid of it. Untick it all. Save yourself £150. You don't need it. Is what I'll say, and I'll send you a video, or I'll respond in a voice message or a text message, whatever. But there's a bunch of ways you can get hold of me, okay? And my phone is forever on my person. I should probably buy a belt that I can wear around my hips, and then I can put my phone in there, keep my hands free. That would be nice. I might consider investing in one of them, like a holster for a gun, but for a phone instead. What an invention that would be. I wouldn't be surprised if that's already a thing, you know. Someone in Japan's probably clocked that already. It's probably on like Temu or something, ready to buy. for $4.99. So yeah, if you are wanting to learn how to build a website, the only thing stopping you is you at this point, and you shouldn't do that. Please don't let that be you, because you don't need to let it be you. Don't let things stop you. Don't let fear stop you. Don't let the confusion of all the words I'm saying stop you, because if it gets to the point where you feel like you could do with like a one-to-one time with me, and you just want to have a chat, and you're just trying to get your head around stuff, and you're just struggling, we can do that. I know you think, oh, she's just saying it. No, but I can't prove that either, can I? Look, I've got no way of proving it. But no, like, you and I could get on a call, we could get on a video chat, we could have a private like a private Google Meet call, okay? And I can see your face, you can see my face, you can share your screen, and it's just like time with you and I together, just us, while I help you, because I know there are some things that are just, it will always be a struggle for some people, okay? And I just don't know how to teach in the language for that person, for them to understand it thoroughly. So there will be times where people will need that extra time and support, and that's why I'm here. Okay. The only thing I would say is, if hundreds of thousands of you enroll in this course, awesome, well done. If that happens, obviously though, should that happen, I'm probably going to need to hire some help to help me. So it may not be with me at that point, because there'll be too many of you, and I'll probably need some help. But I'd let you know if that's the case. Like, have to hire a few people to help you along, just in case you've got questions and stuff like that. But again, doesn't mean you will. 100,000 of you could enroll in this course. It doesn't mean a single one of you would have a single question. Not really. But I'm here if you do. So I want you to be aware of that, because it's important that you understand that, yeah, Kate's explaining all the things, all the modules, but what about help? What if I get stuck? It's important to know. And then the other thing is as well, before I go, because I've been yapping for an hour, oh my god, it's been an hour, Lord, I've got things to do, I don't have time. Gotta go. Even if it gets to the point in the course, right, where you've gone through the whole course, you finish module 7, you're like, yeah, that was a nice little treat, that was a cool little surprise, Kate, thank you so much for that, I like that, nice little Easter egg, that's cool. Even if you get to the point and you're still struggling, because some people will, okay, and it's of no fault of your own, this is no shade to anybody who struggles to build the site at the end of it, because it can take time for things to sink in, can't it? It can still be confusing sometimes, not always. So there is that. But there's also the scenario where, somebody might have an emergency come up at work, for example, and they want their website to be finished, and they were hoping it would be done because they wanted to get everything ready, and they wanted to send some stuff over for the printers, and they wanted to advertise the website, but it has to all line up, and it has to be on this day, but something's come up at work, and I can't finish the website, and I'm in an emergency situation. What do I do? What am I going to do? Or there's been a family emergency, and something, you've had to just drop the site for a minute, you've had to walk away for a second because you've got to sort that out. Something's happened, right? Or you're just struggling. Okay, so if it gets to that point, guess what happens next? What do you think? If you've been watching my videos, you might know. You will know if you've been watching all of the videos, especially to the end, because that's usually when I talk about it. But is Kate going to leave you and abandon you? No, Kate's not going anywhere. So she's still going to be here. See, she's talking in the third person again. I don't know why I do that. I'm not going to lie. Is there something psychologically wrong with me? Maybe. I don't know. But I'm not going to leave you. I never really questioned that. I should look into that. I'm not going to leave you if that happens. If you get stuck. If you get to the point of I finished the entire course and I'm stuck and I don't know what to do. All you have to do is really, really simple. If you get to that point, okay, finish the course, and if you're struggling, drop me a message. You can email me, you can WhatsApp me, you can message me on Facebook, you can drop me a message in the community, do whatever you want. you could get hold of me, right? And you say, Kate, due to unforeseen circumstances in my life, I've had to temporarily walk away from this website. I'm no longer able to complete it in the desired time frame that I was hoping to. Are you able to help at all? And then I'll say, yeah, that's absolutely fine. What I'm going to need for you to do is send me everything over that you were going to put on your website, okay? And then I will finish building the website for you. And then you'll respond, oh, really? Is that going to cost me anything extra? That must be. How much is that going to be though? That's going to be extra, isn't it? It's got to be. And then I'll say, nope, it's not going to be extra. It's part of the course, if you need it. And this isn't to say, oh, I'm just being lazy. Lazy people are welcome to just enroll in the course and then I'll finish it for you. I want you to learn. Even throughout the course, I will encourage you, if you get stuck on something and you know, before you drop me a message and ask me a question, which you can do, but there will be people who want to search the answers. They might want to try and work it out. They might enjoy that stuff. I know I do. And so if that's you, then I encourage you in the course, as you'll find out when you buy it and you're enrolled, to seek out answers yourself, to try and figure it out, to try and unravel the mysteries of WordPress, because it is fun. But I know it's not for everyone as well. And so I would say to the people who are struggling, and they, for whatever reason, they can't finish it, just let me know. Just send me everything that you were going to put on your website and I'll finish it for you. And once I've got all that stuff from you, it really depends on you at this point, okay? So if you take 4 years to send me your information, clearly your website's not getting touched for the next 4 years, okay? Because it's going to take, like, what can I do? I'm not creating your own, I'm not creating your content for you. You have to have had your own stuff created first before I do that. And you have to be able to send it over to me, okay? But I will finish it for you. I won't charge you anything extra. Now, if you want me to really go out of my way to do a lot of extra stuff, I might charge you. If it's going to be a big job, like, Kate, this was my plan. Here was my grandiose plan, okay? And I wanted to do this over the top thing, and I'm like, okay, cool, that sounds awesome, but I can't finish it. But I did finish your course. I'm going to need you to help if you can. Could you be able to step in? And I'd be like, yeah, I can. But you're building like a mega website by the sounds of it, so that's not what I'm teaching in here. Or you're using it, you sneak into my course, because this course is for a blog website, right? This isn't for an e-commerce site. This isn't for a big company big business type website. This is my homepage, this is my contact, here's about me, here are my services, here's my portfolio, here's my artwork, here's my wedding gift registry that I want you all to use to buy for me. Here are those things. It's like a relatively standard blog website. And if you come to me and you're like, Kate, right, I need you to do this thing, right? I bought your course, okay, and I finished it, and okay, and now I'm struggling because I want to add products, because I've got a WooCommerce shop that I wanted to put in here. I want people to be able to buy, but I need to configure WooCommerce and the shipping and stuff like that, and I need to add all the weights in and all the different variations and all of that. I can't finish it, so I'll send you all my stuff, and then you can do it for me. Oh, no. This course is not for WooCommerce. This isn't for an e-commerce shop. If you're selling multiple products on your website, this course is not for that. This is a blog training course. So if you're interested in an e-commerce training, that's cool. I haven't done one, not just yet, I will. But this isn't for that, okay? This course is a blog only. Now, it doesn't mean, oh, but I've got one thing I want to put for sale, I want to try and sell one thing, or I want to start an email list for people to join on my email list, and here's the thing I want to exchange for it. That's fine, guys. If you've got like one little thing or something that you want to have a payment option for your site, or you want to do an email collection and subscription in exchange for an ebook or something that you created, we can do that. That's fine. To me, that is not a WooCommerce store. To me, a WooCommerce store is, I would say, at least 5 or more physical products or digital products that you plan to especially physical, that you plan to ship out and send to people once they've made a physical purchase within your store using a credit or debit card. That's, to me, a WooCommerce store. So 5 products and above. So if that's what you're trying to do, please don't ask me to finish building your website. Don't try and con me. I'm trying to be nice here and offer help to people who really do genuinely need it. But trying to get a cheap WooCommerce website out of this course and using me for that, oh no, you will be removed from the course. Okay? As simple as that. And no, I'm not going to build it for you. But if you've got a standard blog page, yeah, a home page, about me, contact, services, how you can get hold of me, I don't know, different affiliates that you have, things like that. That's cool. Even if you are, because you might even have, like I built a site for a friend of mine, sweetheart, so lovely, and she doesn't physically sell things, but she links her website to another site that does sell things. So if you have that sort of thing, that's okay too. We can do that in this course. We can link your site to, because you might have like an Amazon store or something, we can link it to that if you want, you know, even if it is like you put the products in and then you just link it to the products on Amazon or whatever it is, or Etsy. We could do stuff like that, okay? But what I'm talking about is when you've got WooCommerce, you're physically having to manually add all of the different product variables within it, okay? And then you've got to configure all of it, make sure it's all working properly, and then you've got to sort out your shipping situation, and who's going to be your shipping provider, and how it's going to work for postage, and making sure everything's working when people order and click through. That's not what this is. But if you've already got a store somewhere else, and you want to link this website to that store, that's cool, we can do that. That's cool. Like if you're not sure what you want to do, like if you've already got like an idea of what kind of website you're after, but you're not sure would it work for this course, just drop me a message, leave a comment, or email me. What is my email? kate@kateharris-consulting.co.uk. You can email me, or you can just leave a comment, okay? And I'll let you know, like, yes, that would work. No, you're trying to sell 400 physical items worldwide using WooCommerce. No, this is not your course for that. I'll build one soon, but this is not that one. Sorry, goodbye. Like, this isn't that. We're focused on blog websites, alright? And so yeah, if you get to the point where you can't finish your site, you just let me know. I'll finish it for you, okay? But if you are asking me to go massively out of my way to help you finish it, there might be an additional charge. Okay, I'm not going to lie, because my time's valuable. I've got a lot going on, and time is money, boys and girls. So if it gets to the point where you're massively going out of my way, now you might think, oh, that's a lot. I'm asking her to complete all these pages of this website, and she's got to resize all the things. No, that's not a lot. That's fine. That's okay. I promise you, that's fine. But if you go out of your way and you're like, right, I need a 20-page menu over here, and I need a 20-page menu over here, and I need to create all of these extra tabs to go alongside it, and then we've got a massive footer menu as well, and then we've got this conglomerate of crap that we're going to add on top of it, then you're massively asking me to go out my way. And then yes, I probably will charge you because you're taking the mickey. So I'm here to help you, but if you're going to take the mickey whilst I'm offering that help, no. There has to be a boundary, there's a line here, okay? I'm not here so you can take advantage and take me for a fool, but I am here to help you. If you're going to take advantage of that though, and if you're going to throw it back in my face and take the mickey, then I won't help you, okay? I want all of you to build a website through this course and walk away with a website that you can be happy and proud of. But if you're going to take the piss, then I'm going to have to say no. Okay, I have my boundaries, and there's a reason for that, okay? Because I know, especially in the world of web design, give people an inch, they will take a mile. They will take as much advantage if they want to as they can, okay? So I'm here to help the actual people who genuinely want the help, not the people who are trying to take the mickey. So please don't try and scam your way through this. You will just be removed from the course and you will not receive a refund, okay? But if you are genuinely trying to build a course, I will help you, I promise you. You can message me whenever you want. My rule is, as long as I'm awake, it's pretty much, if I'm awake and as long as I'm not on a school run or doing something with the baby, I will respond. It's important we balance time out, so I will respond if you've got questions, if you need help, you know. I'm not just going to sit here, ignore you, respond 4 months from now. That would be rude, wouldn't it? Never get anywhere far. So it's important that, you know, I hope this has been thorough and helpful to whoever's watching this. I really do, because, like I say, if you don't understand what it is to build a website on WordPress, then what do you know about building a website on WordPress? What are you going to learn? What is it going to cover? She said she'll teach me everything. I don't know what that means. Well, now you do. With any luck, you've seen all the videos, okay? So this is the last one I'm going to make when it comes to what we're going to be covering in the course. I'll have a ponder on what we'll talk about next time. I'm not going to go this long though. Crying out loud. 1 hour, 10 minutes. What in the world has happened? I went on a bit of a rant. I was literally sitting here and I was like, well, this video won't take long to explain. Oh my god, that's the funniest thing. So I should probably go. People have been calling whilst I've been on this video with you all. So yes, what will the next video be about? I don't know. It'll be something cool though. It'll be all the giggles. So yeah, the link is below, everybody. If you are wanting to build and you want to learn, and I really think you should. Don't depend on other people. They'll only let you down. They really will. You can depend on me, but I wouldn't even put all your dependence in me either. Put your dependence in yourself. I'll always be here to help you, regardless. But depend on yourself. Don't depend on others. And don't outsource this job. I know you can. I know it's easy. It's the easy way out. Of course it's the easy way out. Because who can be bothered when they've never built before? But how much fun are you going to miss out on? You're going to miss out on so much fun. And I know you're like, no, there's nothing fun about this. Bruh, it's fun. It's a fun place to build. And it's a really fun course. And you're going to enjoy it. I know you're going to enjoy it. Because I enjoyed making it. We had all the giggles. And I'm going to teach you some reggae as well. Not a lot, just a little bit. And I don't think I threw any jokes in there. Probably should have come up with some. That would have been smart, wouldn't it? Some cleverly placed jokes throughout the videos. But it is a giggle, regardless. Regardless of the lack of jokes and a little bit of reggae. It is a giggle. And you will enjoy it. And you'll learn a lot. And then you will be flexing. You'll be at the world being like, look at my site though. Look at my website though. Yeah, but look at my website that I built. I built that website. It's going to be you. You're shaking your head to be like, no, I'd never do that. Yeah, alright. We shall see, my darling. We shall see. You will. And that's okay. You should be proud of your website. You should flex on it. I'll be flexing on it for you. I'll be like, look at the website they just made. Ah! I'll be so happy. I'll be so, honestly, so proud. I'll be so proud of you if you were able to do it. When you're able to, not if, but when you're able to do it. Because I know you'll be able to do it. Anyone can do it. And I'm going to work on my little boy, and I'm going to see if I can keep encouraging him to build a website, a Minecraft website with this course. Because wouldn't that be the cutest thing in the world? And then he's got his own website and everything, and he can update it throughout the years, and that'd be so cute. Like, it'd be so fun. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna try my best. But guys, don't be on the fence. If you've got questions about the course and you're not sure I don't know what else I've missed. To be honest with you, I don't know what I've missed when it comes to explaining the course. I don't know. I want to say I've covered everything, but if I've missed something, you've got questions or whatever, let me know. Just drop me a message, drop me a comment. And yeah, what day is this? Monday. So there's a live Q&A call coming up tomorrow. I want to say they are Tuesday and Thursdays now, the Q&A calls. I've tried to make sure they are midweek, because I did consider Sunday. I had Sunday for a while actually, but then I realised no, Sunday is my day of rest. I wish not to be working on a Sunday, so I've tried to do it sort of at a convenient time for people. So let me see. What time is it? So yeah, it's at 7 o'clock tomorrow until 8 o'clock, and then the one on, is it Thursday? Maybe it's not. No, it's Friday, isn't it? Yeah, Friday is at 12 o'clock midday until 1 o'clock. So it's not, you know, they should, both times should be quite handy for anybody, whether you work full time or you don't. It should be doable, but yeah, we've got a Q&A call coming up tomorrow. So, you know, if you enroll today and then you've got questions, you can ask me tomorrow in the Q&A session, or you can drop me, you know, a video on WhatsApp with a question or a voice message. It's cool. I'll be about. I'm going to leave it there, guys, because I've been rabbiting on for so long now. God, Lord have mercy. I've got to go. I've got stuff to do. Oh no. Thank you so much for watching. I'll bring you another video soon on something interesting that you might be intrigued to learn. But thank you guys for watching. You're very welcome to do all the good things, like, subscribe, share, all of that if you want to. No pressure. Yeah, I want to say that's it. If you've made it to this far, thank you so much for watching. You really didn't have to. I'll see you in the next one. When will that be? What will it be about? Well, you have to wait and see, won't you? You'll have to wait and see. But I will bring out a new one soon, and we'll talk. You can as well if you want. I'm all over social media, like a rash. Why did I use that analogy? That is horrible. That's disgusting. But I am. I'm on TikTok and Instagram and Facebook, so you can follow me. The links are in the description. Yeah, that's where I put them. So you can follow me over there if you want to, for more silly giggly things about WordPress. But yeah, lovely talking as always, guys. Always a treat. I will catch you in the next video. When it will be, what it will be about, you have to wait and see. But thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have an awesome rest of your Monday, and I will talk to you guys soon.